top stories, St. Kitts and Nevis is mourning the passing of Calypso legend and cultural icon King Ellie. Kenyan security forces are pulling out of Haiti as a new international security force moves in, and authorities have identified the suspect in the shooting incident at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Monday, the 27th day of April, and I am Jasmine Thomas. First, on the local scene, St. Kitts and Nevis is mourning the passing of cultural icon Elston Nero, known to the world as King Ellie, who died on Sunday. King Ellie led the celebrated Ellie and the GI's brass band, which brought the music of St. Kitts and Nevis to international audiences. A towering figure on the local Calypso scene, he won the Calypso Monarch title 10 times and was crowned road match champion a further 7 times. The St. Kitts and Nevis Carnival Committee described him as not only a remarkable musician, but a true icon of Caribbean culture, saying his legacy will inspire generations of musicians and fans to come. And with elections constitutionally due next year, political observers say signs are pointing to a poll being called later this year. The central question is whether the opposition can mount a unified challenge against the governing St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew leads the Labour Party into the next election. Opposing them are the People's Action Movement, now under Natasha Gray Brooks, and the People's Labour Party, led by former Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris. Political analyst and pollster Peter Wickham says it would take what he describes as a political earthquake to remove Labour from power.
Look, the Labour Party is very well ingrained into the psyche of Kittitians, and it has a strong foothold in terms of the day-to-day operations of that country. It's a very, very difficult organization to beat, in much the same way that the ALP in Antigua is a difficult organization to beat. The PNM in Trinidad and Tobago is a difficult organization to beat. There are some organizations politically in the region that are just like political juggernauts, and the Labour Party is one of them, which is not to say that they will win every election. They can be beaten.
Right.
Wickham argues that without a coalition, Labour is well positioned to retain government. Observers point to ongoing trust issues between the People's Action Movement and the People's Labour Party as a major obstacle to forming the kind of unified opposition that previously proved successful.
I believe it's a matter of trust between the political parties. So how do they overcome that? Because Pam, for sure, I can tell you, they do not trust Timothy Harris, and Timothy Harris may very well have misgivings about Pam. So what do they do? I mean, is it that they just stay there and say, you know what, let's lose the election, we're not going to do this?
Prime Minister Drew has recently rolled out a series of economic relief measures that some are already viewing as part of a pre-election strategy. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Marcus Natter has said the measures stem from ongoing work by the National Cost of Living Task Force and reflect analysis of household pressures that predate recent global disruptions. Young students in St. Kitts are getting hands-on lessons in environmental care through a national tree planting effort. On Friday, 24th April, volunteers from the Department of Environment St. Kitts and the Chippewa Volunteer Center visited the St. Paul's Daycare Center and the Keyon Primary School for an Arbor Day activity. Students joined the team to plant fruit-bearing trees under the 100 Trees initiative, turning school grounds into green spaces that support learning and environmental awareness. Officials say the project is about more than food and shade, as it will also help to build curiosity, teach patience, and encourage a stronger respect for the natural environment. The department has praised the enthusiasm of students from both schools, calling the initiative an important step toward long-term environmental stewardship in communities. International security support in Haiti is shifting as nearly 500 Kenyan police officers begin a gradual withdrawal from the country. That's our regional news. The officers were deployed in June 2024 under a multinational mission to support Haiti's security forces in their fight against armed gangs. The drawdown is expected to be completed by the 30th of April. Haitian authorities are warning that the exit could create security gaps, particularly in areas such as Croix-des-Bouquets, Delmas, and downtown Port-au-Prince. In response, the Haitian National Police and armed forces are moving to strengthen their operations. Plans are also in place to expand military personnel and train new recruits to support stability efforts. Officials say a new United Nations-backed force is now being deployed, with the first contingent from Chad already on the ground. The Kenyan mission is reported to have made some operational gains despite suffering casualties during its deployment. A man has been handed a lengthy prison sentence in Barbados for the killing of Tavon Aline, the cousin of international recording artist Rihanna. Shawayne Deshawn Williams was sentenced to 38 years and 138 days in prison after a jury found him guilty earlier this year. The High Court heard that Aline was shot multiple times near his home on Boxing Day in 2017, just moments after stepping out of a taxi. In handing down the sentence, the judge stressed the need for strong penalties to combat gun violence and protect the public. The court pointed to evidence of premeditation as well as the use of a firearm that was never recovered. The judge also noted that Aline was unarmed and was attacked in a public space. Williams has also been ordered to take part in rehabilitation programs during his time at Dodge Prison. And on the international scene, security was breached at a high-profile event in Washington, D.C., forcing the evacuation of President Donald Trump after gunfire erupted outside the venue. Authorities say a 31-year-old man, identified as Cole Thomas Allen, was arrested after he allegedly tried to force his way through a security checkpoint while armed. Security personnel engaged the suspect and gunfire was exchanged just outside the ballroom where the White House Correspondents' Dinner was taking place. Officials confirm one federal agent was hit during the incident but was protected by a bulletproof vest. The situation was quickly contained. The incident triggered an immediate lockdown and the evacuation of the president, his family, and other senior officials. Investigators believe the suspect acted alone and have launched a full investigation into his motive and how the incident unfolded. Fighting in Mali has taken a major turn, with foreign-backed forces pulling out of a key northern city as violence escalates across the country. Russian Africa Corps forces have confirmed they have withdrawn from the city of Kidal after a weekend of coordinated attacks by separatists and militant groups. The forces operating outside Mali's military government said they left the area with Malian troops following an agreement with separatist fighters. The Azawad Liberation Front now claims control of the city, saying Kidal is under its authority. The withdrawal comes as violence spreads across the country, with explosions and heavy gunfire reported in Bamako, Gao, Mopti, and Sivar. Authorities have also confirmed a deadly attack near the capital, where Defense Minister Sadio Camaro was killed in what is believed to be a suicide truck bombing. The security situation in Mali remains highly volatile, with government forces, separatists, and militant groups continuing operations nationwide. We now take a look at the weather. Cloudy conditions are lingering across St. Kitts and Nevis, with a few showers still in the area. Winds are light, blowing from the east at around 5 miles per hour. Seas are moderate, ranging between 1 and 1.5 meters, or about 3 to 5 feet. For today, expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a 60% chance of brief light showers. Tonight will be fair to partly cloudy with occasional cloudy periods and a 40% chance of a passing overnight shower. Sunset this evening is at about 6:30, and while sunrise tomorrow will be at around 15 minutes before 6. That brings us to the end of the Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.